Smugglers always like to use Hope-Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Excuse me?
I have never liked Hope-Tech ships, though I suppose that is hardly the point of them.
Please do not interfere with my tasks.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Keep an eye on your valuables.
Hello, Captain.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Time to push some G's. And we're back where we belong.
Thanks again for your assistance. I trust you'll be discreet.
Hey there. Got an update for me? Now I get to let the in-office team know that the ball is in their court. Depending on their instructions, they can use the remote access to do anything from equipment failure to massive explosions. In the case of servers, it could be gross information leaks, a hardware failure. Basically, whatever might hurt their public perception the most. Your concern is noted, but unfortunately, extreme measures are the only ones that work in a situation like this. Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off. Masako was very pleased with the outcome, so she arranged the bonus through Linden. Apparently you said all the right things when it came to Arthur. Quantum Synergies actually reached out to us to negotiate the potential deal. My sources tell me it was a train wreck. Once her numbers didn't match up, Arthur was all over her with questions. It didn't take long for her to break composure, and that's when she lost Zola. So you could say that presentation went perfectly, as far as we're concerned. Hence the bonus. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Several other parties will be involved in that deal on a more legitimate level. And believe me, bonuses like this for operatives are few and far between. Why did I have a feeling you'd bring that up? You've still got quite a ways to go, so let's keep it real and get back to basics. You can think of this next assignment as a stepping stone on your way to greatness. In order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely. Correction. You are going to steal from them. Don't forget, if you get caught, Ryujin will deny all knowledge. Oh, we definitely are. But why stay one step ahead when you can just leave the competition in the dust? We reverse engineer their plans, create a superior product, and beat them to market. We make the initial profit with less investment in R&D, and our competition is forced to reevaluate if their product is even viable. Call it what you want, but it's your job nonetheless. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market. The current schematic was sent to their Star Yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor. The Star Yard is a mix of sales floor and manufacturing. If you're looking to blend in, you've definitely got options. It's not too far, in Aquila's orbit, so hopefully your ship's ready. The Trident Star Yard orbits Aquila in the Cheyenne system, so you'll still be in Freestar space. I feel bad for whoever gets to inform the executives about the theft of something so valuable. Just remember to keep things clean. The results are more satisfying that way.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Have an appointment, but we welcome walk-ins. Dock and let's see how Trident Luxury Lines can help you.
Nice clean dock there.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
We've got our eyes on you.
Luxury Lines. Trident.
Welcome to Trident Luxury Lines, where we craft the finest and most luxurious starships in the galaxy. If you have any questions about our product line or would like to book a cruise, I'll do my very best to assist you. Now, how may I help you today? Is a Trident best in class, top to bottom? No. Clearly no. Deimos has fantastic missile batteries. Stroud Eklund's shields are a thing to behold. But what a Trident may lack in those areas, it more than makes up for in style, luxury, and comfort. A cruise on a Trident can be a truly life-changing experience. Unfortunately, all of our cruises are booked for the foreseeable future. That should speak volumes about the quality of our products. Our cruises become more and more popular every year as new models are released. We do not sell ships or parts at this location. And it's not like you would have any use for parts or modifications anyway. A Trident ship is already perfect as it is. So what we need is chlorine. We need a medium shipment, 2,000 units of it. Come back later then. What we need is always changing. Of course. It's a point of pride to know my employer's products, as well as their strengths and weaknesses. It's a character trait that is extremely valuable. And if I'm being honest, I have my own dreams of going out there one day. It's important to know the pros and cons of each ship, as I'm sure you're well aware. Certainly. Goodbye.
I have heard much debate on whether Trident ships are overpriced. I have never flown one myself, so I cannot be sure. There is no one I would rather see right now. Take care, love. Hello, love. I can do that. I hope we can succeed at that before we are discovered. You need something, dearest? I will watch your back.
You sure you're in the right place?
I think I finally got it.
No funny business? All right?
Welcome to Trident.
Let's hear it.
Trident, carrying the scepter of quality.
Good.
Yes, it's a singular honor to meet me, I'm sure. What are you doing here? Philippe didn't say I should be expecting someone. This is the very heart of Trident, and we don't need strays.
We are Trident luxury lines. We do not get by on close enough. Start over.
Oh, and it tells jokes, too. Well, I suppose since you're here, enjoy being in the presence of greatness. It's here that we create the next generation of Trident starships. Do random strangers go up to Da Vinci, asking about Mona Lisa's smile? Or interrupt Beethoven in the middle of his symphony? No. Ask Gia or Philippe. Oh, my skills are not in question. We have Gia to handle your precious conversation. If you have any other questions, make it fast. Listen, if you want to talk about the max safe tonnage of the Astra or other trivia, ask Gia. Me? I design the future. What great new heights we can go to. Oh my, that's just priceless. Balancing elegance with the strict engineering requirements of spaceship travel. That's not science. It's art. An art I'm particularly skilled at. Am I famous? Well, my many, many awards and achievements should give you some idea. Well, fortunately for me, your opinion really doesn't matter. Oh, why, thank you. Yes, I've recently won my second Grand Nova Award for excellence. It's a great honor, but after receiving so very many awards and distinctions, they all start to blend together. Champagne? Oh, how pedestrian. I've heard some associates singing the praises of a certain something, hailing from Neon. Velocity, I believe it is called. It's some drink or food or something else. I haven't any idea what it actually is, but my curiosity is getting the better of me. You seem to have nothing better to do. Would you care to go fetch me one of these velocities? I don't much care which variety you get. And of course you'll be reimbursed. Oh, fantastic. I look forward to seeing what all the excitement's about. In my line of work, one cannot be small-minded. As Trident's chief architect, no. As their premier artiste, I must find inspiration in everything. Back to crafting the future.
Are you supposed to be down here?
I mean no offense, but I think you might be lost. And what have we here? A pilgrim come to see where space travel is perfected? Welcome to Trident Luxury Lines, makers of the finest and most elegant ships in the settled systems. I envy you. Stepping in here for the first time can be an almost religious experience. I wish I could taste that feeling all over again.
Now, if you don't mind, I have some vital work to be doing. doing? Just a lab? Just a lab?
Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab? Just a lab Spoken like someone who's never experienced one of our life-changing luxury cruises. Well, I suppose I can't hold that against you. We cater only to the elite, after all. But I digress. Is there anything you need from me? I'm honored to be the head of marketing and advertising here at Trident. It's a job that I take very seriously. Educating the masses about the opulence of our cruises, or the excellence of our models, well, it's simply a privilege to do so. I can't think of any greater satisfaction than this. Well, look, a Trident isn't about cost. It's about status. It's about making a statement while being pampered like royalty. So, if you have to ask, well then, we might not be for you. I suppose it is somewhat odd for someone to just waltz down here like you did, but it isn't unheard of either. The Trident name brings visitors. People want to see where the magic happens, you know. The famous Gladys Coffin especially receives many callers. Well, as long as you behave yourself, your visit shouldn't be a problem. Of course I do. It's a great honor to work for Trident in this capacity, but it's not all about advertising our products, you see. I'm also marketing hope, something for people to strive for. Enjoying one of our cruises or owning a Trident is a dream for many, as I'm sure you understand. And so my message to the consumer is this: if you work hard enough and put in everything you have, your dream may come true. Then perhaps you should dream a little bigger. Have a great day.
Behave yourself.
I've been working on that new headline, Mr. Corbin. I think I finally got it.
Excellent. Let's hear it.
Trident, carrying the scepter of quality.
Good. Very good, in fact. But there's just one problem. A Trident is not a scepter.
I mean, it's close enough.
Close enough? Close enough? Take some pride in your work. We are Trident Luxury Lines. We do not get by on close enough. Start over.
Yes, sir.
Any adventure you can fly away from.
I think I got them. Oh, what do you call them?
Cautious. Face.
Yes, what?
What can I get you today? Made a fresh mix of velocity just for you.
Bless, it's a wonderful day, my friend. Certainly, my friend. Farewell, my friend. And tell everyone we have plenty of mining...
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Ship is now docked. Perfect.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Take it easy.
Try. Yes, yes, it's a singular honor to meet me, I'm sure. I see. Hand it over, please. Huh. So this is the velocity I've heard so much about. I must say, I'm cautiously looking forward to partaking in it. I shall see if it lives up to its great expectations. Well, it seems you've done what I asked of you. I promised you reimbursement, so here it is. I'm sure having the privilege to run this errand for me was payment enough for you, but I am a woman of my word. Now, run along, please. I have much work to do. The future of space travel will not craft itself. Back to crafting the future.
Captain, greetings.
Just the person I wanted to see. You got that schematic? We'll have our research and development team take a look. If there's anything notable, we'll reverse engineer it, then recreate it with our own spin. And believe me, by the time our engineers are through, Trident won't even recognize it. And we aim to keep it that way. I need to deliver this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process, but first, Ulara wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment. I won't be far behind, in case you get lost.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
My next assignment can't start soon enough.
I hope we're keeping you busy.
Hey there. Good to see you again.
Supply chain manager. I basically keep all our different departments supplied with anything they need to get their jobs done. R&D requests are my favorite since they can be the most challenging, not to mention the most interesting. But almost everything you see in Ryujin Tower went through me at some point. Well, technically, everyone in operations is dedicated to supplying the other departments with whatever they need. You operatives, field agents, and technicians alike supply information or get results that our executives use every day to make things happen. I'm just on the more legit side of things. Or the boring side, as some might call it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't, but that's a bit of a loaded question. When it comes to benefiting the lives of employees and customers, Ryujin's as good as it gets. It's the corporate games that I could do without. My parents raised me to believe in hard, honest work. Ryujin has more than its fair share of hard workers. It's the honesty that's questionable. I probably shouldn't get into the details. It's a sensitive topic, and I'd hate to muddy the waters since he just started. Some? I'd say most. And don't get me wrong, I understand certain competitive tactics are necessary. It's the corporation's darker roots and how willing we are to maintain them that really bother me. Oh, is that so? I mean, it might be okay. All right, fine. You'll learn all about this sooner or later, so why not now? Ryujin Industries has some deeply embedded ties to Administrator Bayu, so he has a somewhat profound influence in the corporation. One word from Bayu could get you hired or fired. I'm probably not even aware of the amount of favors owed between both parties. But his influence is far from honest. If I had it my way, hard work is what would get you ahead here, not the word of someone who's morally bankrupt. Some other time.
I've got my eye on you.
Imaging and you could run a tight ship around here.
This intel could blow a whole operation out of the water.
Don't cause any trouble.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I
better do this right. I don't want Yuko breathing down my neck.
Don't wander into any restricted areas. Don't cause any trouble.
I've got my eye on you.
These drone robots are always so efficient.
Working a drone seems like a tough gig.
How are you doing? Meet any interesting robots lately? So, what do you think? Is it true what they say? Are drone machines the best in the galaxy? Oh, so you're a student of history. Ah, a robotics lover after my own heart. My apologies, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Lendell Green. I handle robot certs and acquisitions for Starfreight Logistics. But outside of the job, I'm just a fan of robots. So when I retired 15 years ago, I figured this was a good career change. I played professional bat ball, believe it or not. I was a utility infielder for my hometown team in Aquila City. But then I messed up my knee trying to turn a 4.63 double play, and I had to retire early. They say athletes die 2 deaths. But tinkering with robots has given me a second life. We're a small interstellar shipping company, at least compared to the Hope Techs of the world. But what we lack in size, we make up for in quality. You think Ron Hope has someone like me making sure every bot he buys is up to standard? Not a chance. I mainly run tests to check things like load capacity, walking speed, just to be sure the model we're buying matches industry specifications. Once the sale goes through, we integrate the robots with our human crews. If the haulers don't abuse them and do regular maintenance, even the older Model A's will last a very long time. I'll see you around.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Working here must be very...
I enjoy a great many foods and drinks. Tea has never been one of them.
I'll definitely be visiting the Tranquility Shop in the lobby before I head.
Was the single most stressful
It says something, does it not? That the executives wish to have everyone else physically beneath them?
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
The company's future might be riding on this deal.
The custodians just finished polishing everything. Keep your hands to yourself, if you don't mind. If you're waiting for an appointment, please have a seat. Sure do. And I'm not interested in discussing it with you. I've kept this job for almost a decade by being tight-lipped, and that's not going to change now. Well, I'm not the only Ellicott working in Ryujin Tower. My daughter Jupiter works at the front desk, and my wife Nancy works for Tranquility. So far away. I hope you get to see them often. Nancy and I were both thankful when Jupiter was hired. This way, she's always just a quick walk away. I'm happy to help. Where can I point you? The executive floor houses all of Ryujin's board members, with the exception of Dr. Kalra, who's located in research and development. Head up the stairs to your left, then up another flight of stairs straight ahead. The CEO Imada's office is on the top floor. Her assistant, Maeve, can direct you from there. Anything else I can help you with? Miss Chen's office is up the stairs to your left, then a quick walk down the hall and up another flight of stairs. They're hard to miss. Her office is right across from CEO Imada's. Her assistant, Maeve, can direct you if you get lost. Anything else I can help you with? Take the stairs to your left, then take a right when you reach the top, crossing the gallery. His office is the first door on your right after you turn the corner. It's hard to miss the glow of all his monitors. Anything else I can help you with? Her office is on the main floor. Take the stairs to your left, then head straight ahead. You'll see a lobby open up to your right. Miss Monahan will be in the second office, again, on your right. Anything else I can help you with? You'll find Miss Price on the main floor. Take the stairs to your left and continue straight until the hall opens up to the lobby on your right. Her office is tucked away in the far left corner, next to Mr. Fine's. Anything else I can help you with? Our CFO. Take the stairs to your left, then down the hall until you come to the lobby on your right. Their office will be the first one on the right side when you enter. Anything else I can help you with? Again, happy to help. Enjoy your day. I hope you find who you're looking for. Thank you for stopping by.
My career will be over if this deal falls through.
I've been waiting here for
certainly
ages.
spared no expense on their exec.
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here. I've got my eye on you.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
So much work to do. Whatever you want, I don't have time for it. I hope you're minding yourself while on the job.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Can I help you?
Name an appointment. That's neither your name or appointment. If you're expected, I need that information before allowing you in. So again, name and appointment.
He's with me, Maeve. We have an appointment with Ularu. She should be expecting us.
Thank you, Imogene. I'll mark you down as confirmed. Ularu's in a meeting with Genevieve, but they should be done any minute now if you want to wait right here.
Thanks, Maeve.
Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
Oh, one more thing. You know, if they aren't willing, that leaves us with only one option.
God, Ularu. Is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Don't cause any trouble.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of...
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? Simply put, our goal is to ensure the success of this company and keep things running smoothly. We supply our various departments with whatever resources they need in order to meet expectations to achieve this. It's much easier said than done, believe me. In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments, and 1 specialized.
Oh, a few incidents here and there, but nothing we can't handle, right? I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain a relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it. That's exactly the type of operative I want. Someone who doesn't take no for an answer. Your contact is Simon Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them. Simon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport. Yes, got it.
According to Simon Rychek, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment. They're a batball team that sucks, They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises Batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return. You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
I believe I said I have work to do.
Well, that wasn't too bad for your introduction. What do you think of Ularu? I'm pretty sure all of our field operatives have shared that sentiment at one point. Ularu loves to remind people how expendable they can be. Let me know if you have any questions regarding your assignment. And enjoy your time in Sidonia. It's certainly no Neon. For you? No. Only Ularu calls me that, and it's not up for negotiation. Only that it's vastly different than Neon. There's not glitz and glam where Sidonia is concerned. And don't worry about it being in UC territory. Simon's smart, so any physical information he may hand off to you won't set off any alarms. Just make sure your ship is clean before reaching Mars orbit. Remember, Aurora is illegal there, so if you have any on you, it needs to stay here. I worked with Simon a lot in my time as a field op. He's a perpetually grumpy man, but I think he just likes to keep his distance. Getting close to people isn't a luxury he can afford in his line of work, much like ours.
Excuse me. Some of us have actual work to do.
This could be the most important meeting of my career.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today. You have a very unique look. Someone with a great eye, luxurious taste, and years of people watching at the Astro Lounge. That someone is me, of course. Thank you. I believe appearance to be a point of pride. In the effort of making small talk, I hope you're enjoying your newly gained position. Our operatives are quite the expense, but a necessary one. You're proving to be the norm. Yes, and the results are what matter. I believe I've met my social quota for the day, so I'll be continuing on with my work now. Perhaps we'll chat another time.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Look who's on the executive floor. Moving up, I see. Oh yeah. When Masako promoted me to head up marketing, I told her I wanted complete control of all public-facing aspects. Being the brilliant mind that she is, she didn't even hesitate. Every facet of Ryujin's narrative is carefully crafted by me and my team. With plenty of help from operations, of course. Cover stories, mostly. If an operative is caught or Ryujin involvement is suspected, we go into damage control. It's a lot of conversations and negotiations, working with witnesses, law enforcement, the press, not to mention preparing our own statements so we can quell any oncoming storms, or at least get ahead of them. The NeuroAmp campaign is always a delicate subject. I have a love-hate relationship with it due to how polarizing the technology can be for some. It's easy to get our target audience to buy in, but it's the naysayers that we really want to appeal to, and that's our biggest challenge.
If only there were more hours in the day. Your guess is as good as mine. Jalen and I don't speak too often. It's always prompted by a special occasion or a tragic event of some sort. We aren't a close-knit family, unlike some who work here, and I'm under the impression we both prefer it that way. Thanks to my predecessors, no. The user agreement for neuroamps is very clear. It stipulates that once activated, the user assumes complete responsibility for the hardware, its usage, and any risks that may come with using such a device. Busy is an understatement, but most of what we deal with is considered routine, so our workload is manageable.
Ryujin CEO is no joke.
I understand the mining jobs here can be quite lucrative if you survive.
Careful near the railings on the upper levels.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia.
Hey, friendo! Take a look! Be safe out there!
Once considered ineffective, even as...
Can't wait to get out of this place. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Yeah. I just wish Sidonia had a bit more to offer while I'm trying to enjoy my unemployment. Not much in the way of entertainment around here. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. Not a sports fan, huh? Why don't you take a hike? You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us. Very well. If we are not presented with a more reasonable offer, we will be left with no choice but to take the information.
I don't think Ryujin would be too happy to hear about losing one of their informants.
Well, I do not work for Ryujin, so I care little what they might think. All I care about is a fair price.
All right, I get it. You want reasonable? This is as low as I go. You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Nikolai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived. She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor. Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
At least, not without a better reason.
Well then, let's see those credits. I knew you'd see reason. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well-paid informant. Here to point you in the right direction. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big. Nice doing business with you.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what?
Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion.
Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat.
Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum.
Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech.
Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Deimos. One of the earliest shipbuilders, and desperate to remain relevant.
Can I help you with something? Oh, in that case, go right ahead. I wouldn't want to be causing any sort of security breach. How long is this gonna take? I was thinking of stopping by Jane's, or maybe even the Broken Spear. Especially if it's gonna be a bit. Great. I could use the break. I'll be back in a little bit.
I never had the patience.
Don't cause any trouble.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it. You've got a little spark in you. I like it. Now, let's see if what Mr. Rychek found was worth all the fuss. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. This is a sales initiative for Project Dominion. It's not an Infinity Ltd design. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name, meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
I've got my eye on you.
Hey,
Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. Because you exposed this information, I have little reason to suspect you. That won't mean you'll be exempt from investigation, of course.
Clearly, this is not the first time Ryujin has found itself in this situation.
I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands. Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.
They know how to make a client.
I hate waiting. It's just more time to doubt myself.
I've been waiting here for ages.
Good, you're here. So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included. Directive Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. This way, the results can be objective. It's certainly a failing. But for now, we're focusing on redemption. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her. But he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment. Ularu has the ability to thwart any investigation, so it's imperative she knows nothing about this directive. Her knowledge and talents are why she's the chief of operations, so she is the best equipped to evade detection. We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing. Directive Theta requires utmost secrecy for success. We don't know what connections the mole may have, so we can't risk informing our security team. If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure and lock you up in a cell for questioning. Provided you don't provoke them. And I strongly advise against provoking them. These are your fellow employees. We want this to go as smoothly as possible. We employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'll be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect. If that's a joke, it isn't funny. We're trusting you to get this job done as discreetly as possible. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up. It concerns me that you don't know. A disruptor is a non-lethal weapon. Our subsidiary, Arboron, makes an excellent one that I'll be issuing you. It will stun your target, giving you a chance to get away, but you'll only have so much time before the effects wear off. Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully expect a building closure while we investigate. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure, one that she no doubt has already made accommodations for. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go up against Neon's best. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. Not even our own security detail can know, in case the information leaks.
We will make a concerted effort to avoid direct conflict, as much as possible.
Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. In fact, as much as I appreciate the words of your associate here, you may be better off heading in alone. Any precautions to mitigate risk should be taken. You'll meet Nyx at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
My company's future. Right here still.
And accessories for all your hectic needs. Package food.
None of this matters. Like, what's the point?
Sauvage's place. The asp.
Oh, how many velocities did I have?
You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved. Only when I meet someone for the first time. I like to meet strangers in public for safety reasons. I'm sure you get it, so why not in my favorite bar? Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor. And should he? Nothing's for free, you know. Cost is a given. While you're snooping around in the tower, I just need you to hit up one more workstation on the way. It's Camden Cho's. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. It's that simple. Let's just say, it's nothing beyond something that Ryujin would do to anyone else. That's between me and another client. But you can bet if someone wants something in old Camden, it's not because they like him.
It seems prudent to focus on one thing at a time and not become entangled in other matters.
Suit yourself. So why don't we get back to that payment? Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not. Ryujin is my second best long-term client. I do get an awful lot of business from you folks. Don't think I'm desperate or anything, but you do have a point. Alright, you win. No wonder Ryujin hired you. A pleasure, as always. Your job is simple. Just run this little beauty on Ularu Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Ularu has is bound to take some real work, more than my little setup here can handle. It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
Hello, love. I can do that.
Did you hear that? That's that stupid drone robot. nice in there. You're crazy. Probably end up swimming with the kids.
making things harder for yourself!
To what do I owe this pleasure? I will watch your back.
So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping. Just brimming with confidence, aren't you? But I've seen your work in the trade tower, so I'll at least give you some credit. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look.
I hope for all that was necessary in acquiring it. This data finally reveals some answers.
The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. Since you came through on your end, let's just say that slate isn't going to paint the best picture for Ms. Imogene Salzo. But bear in mind, you're dealing with some pretty talented people when it comes to falsifying information. I can be sure because I know my business. But like anything, evidence alone can't tell the full story. The rest is up to you and Dalton to piece together. don't be too sure about that. Imogene was practically raised in the corporate underworld. I'd almost guarantee there's intent behind everything she does. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin.
I assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports last night, so I applaud your work. It will be handled once this mess is cleared up. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it was possible. But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogene Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom. Well, she has the means and access. But things are rarely so cut and dry.
I imagine that constantly worrying about who can be trusted, who is telling the truth, takes quite a toll on everyone who works here.
Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. We have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. If she runs, the guilt will be apparent. And you'll have no choice but to dispose of her. As much as I'd like you to subdue her and bring her in, Imogene would never allow it. She knows what fate lies ahead for those who betray this corporation and get caught. I just want to avoid a scene. Sending you keeps the rumor mill at bay. Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
Let me guess. Looking for Imogene? I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here. which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work. She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure, probably abusing her paid time off again. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or business trips. There are work skills and there are life skills. I can't help it if I have both. I'm not even sure that's any business of yours, but I do enjoy keeping close tabs on my counterpart. Dare I ask why you need to know? Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet.
It is impressive how thoroughly bureaucracy has infected every aspect of this.
Your guess is as good as mine, but she's up to something. I could tell she was trying to cover her tracks, but this is my job. And there's a reason I'm in charge of the technicians here. Is there an echo in the room? Yeah, Frankie's is a front. Crap convenience store on the outside, high-tech hideout on the inside. Of course, the only people that really know that are Ryujin Bayu and the Syndicate itself. Yeah, because bosses love it when you go around them. Have fun with that. Word of advice. If you're planning on foregoing authorization and just tiptoeing your way to Imogene, park your friend at the door. Two's a crowd if you're trying to lay low. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
Please try not to alert anyone to what you're doing.
I thought Imogen was supposed to be in today.
Freeze! Neon security!
Smart move. Now come along with us. We'll take any contraband and stolen property, and you'll be free to go.
Back off. That's an order, not a suggestion.
Oh, I do not get paid enough to deal with stuff like that.
Welcome, off-worlder, to the Hotel Bola. You're all the way from home, here on Neon. Gangs think they run this city, but I don't see people building statues of them.
Need something? What'll it be? See you around.
I need a drink. Later.
Can I help you? Check it out. Come again.
The colors.
I gotta take care of this. Sorry, kind of busy here.
Days are too short. Life is too long.
Bet I have credits to spend. Until next time.
Website's changed. Yeah, we're done here.
The gangs can keep from killing each other.
This could be the most important.
You've certainly spared no expense.
No Imogen, I see. Could she really be onto us already? A good question. But with her abilities and connections, the possibilities are too many to speculate on right now. We need to find her first, and address that issue afterward. Of course, Yuko would know. If Imogene's with the Syndicate, I can't just send you after her. You'll need to speak with Benjamin Bayou. We have to make sure he's aware of the situation. If we're lucky, he may even help us get to Imogene. Bayou owns the Sioka Syndicate. For you to walk in there without discussing it with him first could be seen as a violation of our business relationship. This is not a choice. It's an order. Head over to the trade tower and be discreet. Let Bayou know that you're there on Ryujin's behalf. He may ask for credits or even a favor. Just give him what he wants.
Well, that certainly settles the question of who really controls things.
It shouldn't be for anything unfamiliar. Bayou is a businessman. Any favor he may request wouldn't be far off from the assignments you've already completed here. If you think my job has been easy since learning about the mole, let me educate you. We've been working around the clock on security upgrades, rerunning background checks, and combing through timelines. Just be sure to bring her back here in one piece. If she's truly the mole, she'll have a lot to answer to. If she resists or tries to run, we have no choice but to take it as an admission of guilt. I'm afraid you'll have to dispose of her. Matters like these are handled within the corporation. The information we're dealing with is too sensitive for law enforcement, and their security leaves much to be desired. It wouldn't be long before the information was either leaked to the press or sold to yet another competitor.
Hasty is not the issue. I think it is a question of severity, and killing her seems too much.
The risk of Imogene continuing to operate as a traitor is too high. If we don't dispose of her now, she could cause a great deal of harm to this company. She knows the consequences of betraying Ryujin, which makes her dangerous. If the situation does take a turn for the worst, I only ask that you perform a thorough search for any evidence she may have in her possession. I trust you won't let your past relationship cloud your judgment.